Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Linda Israel, and thank you so very much for coming to my live stream here on YouTube. I greatly appreciate your support and for taking the time to come here and hang out. There are a few things that I want to go over before the actual live started, so this is a recording. First of all, I want to make sure that you like this video and subscribe, so give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. When you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell up in the corner. That way you'll get a notification whenever I upload a video. I have a broadcast post or even a live stream. If you're watching this video as a replay and you're on a computer, look for the little gear at the bottom. You can change the speed to speed it up. Or if you're on a mobile device, look for the little three dots and usually you can change the playback speed there. My live streams generally last about 2 hours. They can go as long as 3 hours. It kind of depends on what we're working on that day and how the feedback is in the chat. While you're watching, you earn junk bucks. So if you are here in order to get those junk bucks accumulating, go ahead and type hello in the chat and my little bot, Junkie Joe, will see you and then you'll start accruing junk bucks. And you're wondering, well, what do I do with those junk bucks? Well, you can accumulate those, and once you have 2,000 of them, you can type !award and you can redeem them for a $10 off coupon to my shop. You can earn junk bucks while you're here and when you are chatting, as well as when you play the in-chat game. So look for those as they come up, and if you make a donation. For those of you that make a donation during my live stream, make sure that you go over to my website at lindaisrael.com, and if you haven't already done so, create a user account. When you make a donation during my live stream, basically you're buying a membership to my website and to the live stream. In my opinion, what we're doing is you're accumulating that money in my account. Thank you for that donation. And as a reward, you will get 5% off your orders at lindaisrael.com. And during the live stream, if I have a journal that I'm giving away at the very end, you are eligible to win that journal. Anybody that makes a donation gets into that drawing by manually typing in the raffle at the end, but then you also get the discount membership on my website. Thank you to Robin, who is my administrator during the live stream. She helps me out with answering questions as well as giving information. She is also my administrator over at the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, please do. We'd love to have you over there. You're welcome to share what you're working on. Speaking of sharing, during the live today, you can speak up in the chat and say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. You will not be able to share your link to your channel, but you can at least say, hey, my name is, and this is what I do. And then your friends that come into the chat can follow each other. Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. If you will be kind to those that are here. If you have a question, put it in all caps and I'll do my best to answer those. The chat sometimes goes pretty fast, so I don't always see it, so do ask again. And at the same time, if you're in the chat and you know the answer to somebody's question, please speak up and give them the answer. Check the description box for links to products that I share today. Yes, I am an Amazon affiliate, which means I do get a commission on items that you purchase through my link. If you're going to buy something anyway, I greatly appreciate it. It does not cost you any extra. It just gives me a little bit of a commission, which helps me buy products to show you here. If you win one of the raffles, you can start right now by typing !raffle. Do make sure that you go over to my website, and if you haven't already, created a user account. That way I will have your contact information so I can send you your prize. I am starting a raffle right now that is for 200 junk bucks, so you can get well on your way to accumulating your junk bucks. Let's have some fun today and let's get started. Thanks everybody for being here. Hello, everybody. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a great day. Oh, I just noticed that I must have bumped my camera earlier. Let's see if I can get it fixed. Okay. Are we there? Are we there? Can you see my peacock behind me? Let me see if I zoom in on, let's do, where is it? This one? Let me get, can you see it? Can you see my peacock? Let me get it for you. See my little peacock? You see that? She's made of Lego, of all things. And what I think is really cool about it is that her feathers all fall. I say her, you know, like she's a girl. It's a boy. The boys are the ones that have the feathers, but look at that. Isn't that cool? I have always loved Lego, and we used to have a bunch when we were kids, my brothers and I. Henry said he never really got into Lego, and it's probably because he was an only child, and I don't know that he ever really got into them. I don't know if he ever had any. And a while back, my mother and brother bought a set for me, and I found it, and I talked to Henry, and there was another set that I wanted. And what's kind of cool about this is that it comes with instructions to make 3 other critters, or 3 total critters, but I've also found other instructions to make other things. So I had to get this. I begged Henry, he got it for me. But another kit that I got, because it was only $10, was one that makes a unicorn. And look, its little feet, they bend and move. Isn't that fun? And the tail moves. And this one is also what they call a 3-in-1 by Lego. So you can reconfigure it. And I made all 3 of the instructions that came with it. And then I settled on this one because I wanted to show y'all during the live. I'll put it back over here. So y'all can see it back behind me. I'll probably reconfigure it into something else. And then I found my other original set that I had as an adult. I got it back in 2008. We figured it out because that's when it came out at Lego. And I know that's when my mom and my brother bought it and gave it to me. And I put it together and I set it aside. And when we switched around my shop where I had my sewing room and all of that, I had it up there and I didn't have a surface to put it on. Well, it fell and all the pieces, you know, kind of shattered. And I was kind of really worried that I lost a bunch of pieces, but I've only lost 2 pieces that I've figured out so far, which is easy to replace, I found out. Anyhow, so I'm into doing Legos every once in a while. Lego, it's not plural, is Lego. You don't add an S to the end. Just a tidbit for y'all to learn. What else? It's hot here in Oklahoma. It's 91 degrees outside, and it's slowly creeping up in here because we're in what's called smart hours. Generally, I'm not home during the day, so I have my electricity set, the things that are powered, to shut off from 2 p.m. until 7 p.m. So I turn the air to a higher temperature, and I suffer. But I have the fan going above me, so hopefully it won't be too much. I should have gotten a hair clip so I would have it. So I may have to run and go get one if I get hot. Well, the air conditioner at our shop quit working Friday. Does that sound familiar, Jennifer? You're at home. You're at home all the time. See, I'm not home during the day, generally, except on Mondays. But the air conditioner at the shop quit working again, Jennifer, Friday, and he couldn't come work on it until today. So finally he did, and Henry said it's starting to cool off in there, but it's been pretty warm. What else? I went to a thrift store, and I bought a t-shirt for $2 and like 11 or 12 cents or something like that. That was brand new. And I was telling Jennifer about this. I bought it's a white top that kind of think summer, beach, whatnot. I'll wear shorts with it, but I wanted something white when we are on a cruise because the sun gets so hot, and if you're wearing a dark color, you get hotter. So I wanted something white, and I kept looking and looking and looking, and I found this at a thrift store. It was $8.99, it still had the tags on it from whatever shop it originally come from. I looked it up online, and generally products from that store range in price from $40 to $80. So I got a really good deal for $8.99 for something brand new. So that's kind of some of the things. Henry and I went to a different thrift store. It's one off of like, is it 16th and Council Road. It's called Heart and Hands, I think. And we spent like less than $2. We bought some ceramic bowls. Our dogs have a metal and a plastic bowl, and they were always licking the soft food that we're putting in it, and the bowl keeps scooting across the floor. So we got these ceramic bowls because they're heavy, and Henry bought a glass that he wanted, and we spent like $2. But that was a cheap outing for us. All right, so hopefully everybody is here. I thank you so much for hanging out with me. I've been working on this Peacock Journal now for a couple of months. And today my plan is to go through and attach these pages that we've put together to what I call the foundation that I'm going to put it on. Jennifer and I were talking on the phone the other day. First I called her. She called me, and then I called her back with video chat. I was thinking, how did we do that? And she suggested that maybe what I want to do, I was going to make one big journal to put these elements in, and then I was also going to add, and I still want to do this part, which is to add a Midori style journal, a journal that goes into a band that I can take out, that would have actual writing space in it, apart from what I've already made. So my thinking is, she suggested, was to make a box. So I'm thinking that what I may do is make journal covers to go over this component and the other one I'll show you in just a moment, and then make a separate journal cover for the Midori journal that can be removed from the cover, and then make a box that all three of them or more could slide into. So yes, Hearts and Hands. Yes, I like that little shop. I've not been in there, so that was kind of neat. You know, it's kind of fun to get out. All right, so here's what we're going to start with. I've got my foundation, and I've kind of figured out where I want to put everything. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to open this up, and here's why. I want to put this down on here, and I want to make sure that it's going to be flat, but right now, see, it kind of curves up, and I don't want it to curve up when I put it on here. So I'm going to get from my journal making tools, I'm going to get it. I found a couple of them that are laying out here. I've got these big paper clips, and I know I have more in here, so I'm going to get those out because I want to make sure that these are very well adhered to my bases before I put them in the journal. So I'm just going to grab all these giant paper clips that I know that I have. I've also got some other little clips I may get out. Come here now, Clippies. I think I'm getting them all. Okay, there we go. All right, so first, I'm going to lay this in here. I'm going to put glue all on this portion and then kind of pin it down. So, how is everybody? I hope you're well. I hope you've had a great week. It's been kind of busy for us. Thankfully, on Friday, I had a small job that needed to be completed, and since the air conditioner didn't work, and Henry let me know before I left the house, he said, don't come, I'll do the job, it's not that big, because the air conditioner is broken and it can't be fixed until Monday, and he knows I do not do well in the heat. I have a tendency to get basically heat stroke, heat rash. I break out in like a red rash all over my body if I get super duper hot. And he knows that I just don't do well. So he doesn't really do well either, but he allowed me to stay home so I didn't have to go to the shop on Friday. So I stayed home and kind of piddled around the house a little bit. I read, I've been reading a little bit more because instead of doing social media BS is what I want to call it. You know, always looking at the crap that's on the internet. I started reading. All right, so this is going to be kind of, all right, that should work. So I'm just kind of put that over there. This one I won't have to pin down, so I'm just going to set it there for right now, but I am going to go ahead and glue this one down so it's glued into place. And let me look here. You know, I'm gonna opposite this. Hang on. Maybe. I don't know. See, this one is a lot smoother. It hasn't curled up. So I think I can get away with gluing this one down. And then when I glue the one on the other side, I won't have to pin it into place. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and glue this down. So yeah, I've been reading a lot more. I've started a series. I need to download the other books. I have a Kindle that I use, and whenever I buy something on Amazon, by the way, if y'all buy stuff on Amazon using my links, I greatly appreciate it because I do get a small commission whenever you use my links. If you're going to buy something anyway, thank you for doing that because it just gives me a small little amount so that I can buy things. But anyhow, whenever I buy things on Amazon, sometimes it'll give me the option to get a digital credit if I will choose basically the delayed shipping. So if I know for sure that I don't have to have that item the next day, because I have Prime with Amazon, then I'll go ahead and opt for the delayed shipping. And so I'll have digital credit. And I was looking the other day and I had digital credit that was about to expire. So I went ahead and used it to download a couple of books. Long story, I know. The books are, I've forgotten the name of it, but basically it is an Amish community that moved to Mexico in the 1920s. There's no sex, there's violence because they were always under attack from the Mexican revolutionaries that had tried to make change in Mexico, and then the war was over, and so then they became bandits. But you know, it's a good story, if you will, and I like it. It's fun to read, and I've been reading that, so I need to get the next book. I was finally finished I think it's the second book that I've done. Hey Amanda, how are you, lady? So I'm kind of been reading a little bit. I enjoy reading. It hasn't been a lot that I've been able to do. All right, I'm going to try to lay this flat this way. So I have this area. Set this over here. Okay, and this is what we made last week. So, oh, it got bent a little bit. So this has a piece of Velcro on here, and then this opens up. And I didn't finish some things. So that's another thing that I plan to do today is after I get the things glued down, I'll go back through each page set and we'll make some embellishments, and if it needs a journal card or maybe it needs some decoration on it, we'll go in and I'll add those. I'll go in and add decoration on those. What have y'all been working on? Have you been creating? Have you done something creative? I know that Jennifer's got a project. Jennifer can tell about it if she wants, or she can tell me to tell about it, so she have to try to type it out. I've been doing some altered clothing. I have a bunch of clothes that belong to my mother, and some of them I like. They're still in good shape, but whoop, I almost made a mess there. Her hips were not as wide as my hips currently are. So a lot of her tops don't fit me through the hip area. So I've been altering them. In fact, this is one that I have on that I've altered. It was a top that she had, but I split the side out, and this is a printing that I've added on here. And then you can't see it probably, but I added a little ruffle on the bottom, and this was from a cotton nightgown that my mom had. So, and it's nice and loose, and it comes down to about mid-thigh, so I can wear shorts. I can tell it. Okay, so Jennifer, I told her about what I was doing, and she asked me some questions, and I have a Pinterest board that I have been adding things to for ideas. And she asked me, I want your Pinterest board. And so I sent it to her. She said, well, I have this denim jacket that's too snug. And I have one too, Jennifer. So I may have to figure out how I can enlarge mine. I think I'm going to have to take the seam or cut it from like the shoulder down and make a gusset to go on the side because it's just too uncomfortable. And I'm of an age, I know I'm not going to lose the weight, and I have it already, so why not alter it? Anyhow, she's got a denim jacket that she's going to alter, and she shared a picture of some beautiful, is it lace? It's all lace. It's embroidered lace or something. I don't have my iPad in here. I would show y'all. It was really pretty, and I thought, oh, that's going to be gorgeous when she puts that together. Okay, that looks good. And that's still on there. All right, let's see if this has been sitting here long enough. Okay, go back this way. I don't want to put it under any stress, so I want to make sure that all those pieces are well adhered down before I move on. All right, so I think I'm going to set this to the side, and we'll work on the chat up. So give me just a moment to get that going. Technology. Hopefully we won't have any more issues after I get the chat bot back working again. So what were we talking about? We're talking about the, we were talking about the thrift store. And so Jennifer said she got a bohemian type gypsy style skirt. I picked up a skirt at a thrift store that when I picked it up, the waistband, I mean, it was like this big. Okay, I was looking at it, I'm like, and they put it in like a size 24 section at the thrift store when I looked at it, and I was like, I think it needs elastic in the waistband. And so I brought it home, and I had originally thought of cutting it up and using it to make other things, and I decided after I got home to just unstitch. There was a stitch down the middle of the waistband, and so I unpicked that stitch all the way around, and then I cut the stitches on the side of the seam, and I was able to run a piece of elastic back in there and then hand stitch that close, and the skirt fits me now perfectly because it's got the gathers in it, and it's two-sided, so you can wear it one way and then you can flip it around, and the lining now becomes the outside and the outside becomes the lining, and you got a two-sided skirt. And so it's kind of cool. I'm glad I got it. It's just one of those things, you know, that you find, you're like, oh, I could use this. My thrift store right here next to us is usually really well picked over. I've gone in there several times, and there's been quite a few empty or almost empty racks, and there's always people going there. And I haven't really gone that much over the years, but I'm going to try to go a little bit more often because they have it's a Goodwill, and so every week, whatever color tag they have on display on their sign will be 50% off. And so I'm trying to look at things, and if I see something that's in that 50% off and it's something I want, then I'll buy it. And if it's not, then I think, well, you know what? I don't really need it, and so I don't buy it. I'm just kind of smoothing this out. Okay. Everyone rejoin. You don't have to rejoin the raffle if you're already in it, but if you weren't in it, you can get in it now. I am going to go ahead and pin this one in place like I did the others, because I really want that to get a good adhesion down the sides. Okay, so I'm kind of just pinning that over. And then this one's going to go here, but I'm going to give it a moment for that to set up. So let's do this one. It's a side loading pocket, so I don't have to pin it into place, but I will kind of glue this down. So I know Jennifer's going to be working on alteration. Hey, Norella, how are you, lady? So what has everybody else been working on? Norella's been proud. She's a proud mama. I know that her son has been looking at colleges. That's got to be exciting. And also, you know, kind of, oh my gosh, my boy is growing up. I bet you that's kind of one of those, you know, moments that you're like, oh my gosh, he's growing up so fast. So congratulations on that. He's going to be graduating next year, I believe, right? He's in his senior year coming up in the fall. So glad you were able to stop by today. I know you're a busy lady. You know, hey, I've sent you a message. You need to call me sometime. I don't want to call you and bug you. So I say that to all my friends. I'll send you a message, and if you're busy, you're busy. I understand that. So if you want to talk, you can chat with me, or you can say, hey, you want to talk on the phone, and I'm glad to talk to you on the phone. I know some people would prefer not to talk on the phone, so I'm okay with that too. We can chat. Just let me get to a computer so I can type, not use my phone. I don't like using my thumbs. Next year. Wow, I bet you have been so busy with him and your other one. All right, I'm going to lay this flat so that I can glue on this side. Okay, good. Yes, we need to get a call. Good. I'm glad they're good. Good things. Yay. Okay, good. I understand. I haven't even really talked to my brothers that much. One of them had sent me a text message a while back, and I replied to him, and he goes, can I call you? Because he doesn't like to text. He'd rather talk on the phone. So we talked on the phone for a while. I need to call him again. Well, probably should send him a text message and say, okay, I'm ready to talk on the phone if you want to. Okay, let's put this over here. Put this on the back side. I gotta scoot that under. Okay. I'm going to use my ruler because this one kind of has a gusset in it, and I need to make sure. There we go. That I get it down so that when I put my journal back inside, it fills it, but I think that works, kind of sliding it back and forth. So we still have the full use of that pocket. Thank you, Norella. Thank you. It's just a whole bunch of things that I've put in here. You need another Peacock Journal kit. I'm just going to say it. You just need another Peacock Journal kit. It's time to update and make a new one. All right, this is looking good. All right, so I'm going to set this over here. Let's flip this over. All right, so this one, I think we're at a point now. This is going to go back here. This one goes here. I'm going to slide this over for a few minutes so that one side can set up with the gluing. And I think now I can remove the paper clips that I had for this front cover piece. And I'm going to go ahead and close it back up. And then, like I said, we'll go back through the whole thing after I get it glued down. All right, so I'm going to open this up. And this one is so chunky. It's going to go right here. So I'm going to glue that into place. I'm going to take the journal out of the way and glue that down. Okay, what did I miss? Oh, that's awesome. I'm so going to be a grandma. Well, congratulations, Jennifer. That's awesome. One of my customers was telling me that although she's a little bit young, I think she's still in high school, that her daughter is getting ready. I think last week maybe she was having a baby, maybe 2 weeks ago now. But she was so excited to be a grandma. It's like, oh, that's awesome. Okay. Just before the live today, sometimes I'll put on a movie or a television show, especially if I've already seen it, and I'll do other things. And so I was re-watching Into the Woods, the one that Anna Kendrick and who is it? Um, Johnny Depp was in it, and Meryl Streep was in it, and I think Ewan McGregor was narrating it. I think that's the right one that was narrating it. I'm going to pin this into place, so to speak. See if I can get the right there. Kind of hold that down. So it's kind of fun, and of course they were talking about babies because the couple in there, who is that? Emily, is it Emily Blunt? I think she was also in it. You know, she and I forgot his name. Her husband in the show were trying to have a baby. Oh, thank you so much. You like it? Yes, I think you need to do another one. I really do. I think it's time for you to make another journal. And it is me. It's got a little bit of everything in here. I've used things that are from you, things that you created for me, things that were given to me, things that I found here and there. So it's just been kind of a fun journal to play with. All right, let that glue into place for a moment. And let's go. I think this one should be good to go. So I'm going to take the paper clips out of the way so that I can glue on this side. So this piece can go straight down. So I'm going to get my glue here. All right, make sure I'm not losing any of my live stream here. Yeah, I think it's time for some peacocks too. So you'll have to look at what I've done here. I printed on fabric, Narilla. This is a piece that I think I've told you about the website that I use to do some of my t-shirt stuff. And when I was in there one day, they had this pack of images. They're just individual images that you can use. And I downloaded them and I loved the way they look. So I used my DTF, my direct to film printer that we use for printing our shirts and other garments and items. And I printed it on a scrap of fabric that I had. I like it. All right, let's put this down here. Press this into place. And again, I may need to help this a little bit. Is this? Because it's a multi-layer piece. So I'm going to pin this down, so to speak, with my paper clips. Kind of hold it in place. Come here. Oh, I'll turn it around. Maybe that'll work. All right, I need one more on this corner. How did I run it? Oh, well, we'll just take it off this one because that one should be ready. All right, so I'll close this back up for right now and set this aside. And then let's start kind of decorating. So this will be the front, obviously, of this journal insert that I'm going to put together. And I think this goes somewhere else, so we'll find out where it goes in a moment. So I have stamped Thank you so much, Julie. I stamped the word journal and I just paper clipped it here to the front to see if I liked it, to see maybe there was something else that needed to go with it. And I'm kind of thinking maybe what I should do is it needs a gold frame. That's what I'm thinking. It needs a gold frame. Now, I don't know if the way that I should do that is to colorize just this piece or layer it on top of another piece. One idea that I have is I could use embossing powder. I think that's what I'll do. Now, do I want to do glitter gold embossing powder or just my gold? And I'm thinking the glitter gold, so it kind of ties the layers together here. So I'm getting out my Versamark. And if this doesn't work, it's no big deal. It's paper, you know. That's something that I enjoy about this. If it doesn't work, it's no big deal. You can get rid of it. You can probably turn it over, use the other side, whatever it may be. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the paper and I'm going to kind of rake it across my ink pad. Okay? And then I'm going to dip it, and it just puts a little bitty bit on here. So I'm looking at that and I'm kind of thinking it needs to be thicker. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wipe it off because I want it deeper. And I'm going to grab a scrap of paper, scoot this up here, and I'll show you another technique that I like to do is I have a two-way glue pen. Let me see which one I want to use. If I want, I think I want this bullet size, yeah. So a Zig two-way glue pen. What's nice about this is the glue stays wet long enough that when I dip it into the embossing powder, it'll pick it up. So what I'm going to do is lay this on my paper here. Yeah, I think it needed more gold. I agree with you, Norella. So I'm going to prime it. So you kind of prime it onto a scrap of paper, and then I'm just going to run right across this edge with the glue, and then I'll dip it and see how much better that looks now. All right, because I want to do this whole thing and I want it to have good coverage all the way around, I think I can get away with doing the top and the bottom and using my paper tweezers to hold it while I use my heat tool on it. So I'm going to do this side. Okay. And then give it a little bit of some embossing powder. Tap off the excess. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I'll use my heat tool. I think this will look a lot better. And then I can do the ends, which should go a lot faster than the top and the bottom. So if you don't have, you know, the proper tool to get what you want, sometimes you have to look at what you have and see how well you can use it. If you don't have a glue pen like this, you could use a paintbrush and dip it into glue and make a line if you want. If you can't get it super straight, you could always lay down a layer or a strip of a washi tape and then put your glue, swipe it across there, and then remove the tape, dip it into your embossing powder, and then you'll have a nice straight line. Now, I think my heat tool, it takes a little while once I haven't used it in a while for it to heat up. So I got to get it hot, 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 hot. What else? I'm not really enjoying this hot, hot, hot summer that we've already started to have. Henry he's been looking at moving. He wants to leave. He's like, if we live here at this place, the highest temperature that they have, and it's only in the month of like July, I think, maybe July, something like that. It doesn't get any hotter than 90 degrees. And in Oklahoma, it gets super hot in July, and it can be above 100, sometimes even as high as 102 to 110. Your past summer was awful. It was just hot, hot, hot. Okay. I have a different pair of glasses on today, so I'm having a hard time seeing. I think I'm getting there. One of the reasons I don't do a lot of embossing live is because it takes so long. All right, I think that'll be good. Tap off the excess. All right, now we'll do this side. And I'll go ahead and do this side. Oop, I made that one really deep. Oh, we'll be all right. High humidity. Yeah, during the Mississippi's the only time you can convince you to move to Alaska. I'm considering that maybe we should move to a mountain somewhere and live in the summertime in the mountains, and in the winter times we could go down to, like, you know, Florida. Margie, is Margie here? Hey, Margie! Thank you so much. I've been worried about you. I hope you're okay. I haven't heard from you. I saw a post that you shared on your social media. You're okay with that? You know, maybe we should look at finding a commune, Norella, that you'd love to travel to stay in the cold year round. I'm kind of thinking that's what and I don't necessarily want to be cold, but I would prefer not to be in the 90 degrees every day. Move to Wisconsin. Come to Wisconsin for the summers, right? Oh, I bet it's beautiful. I saw somebody that lives in, where does she say? Not Wisconsin. I think she lives in Minnesota. And she was sharing that it was 80 degrees there and it was hot. We've missed you. Yes, a commune, we can all make it crafty. Exactly. Yeah, my husband's business would have to move too. True. And it may be that's when we finally retire, when we move. All right, I'm going to close this up and put it away for a moment, just so it's not on my desk. And put the glue back where it goes. Put my tweezers back where they go. And then I'm just going to, I got a rag here, so I'm just going to wipe this off so any loose glitter gets wiped away. And then this piece, now, doesn't that look so much better with the glitter on there? 70 degrees in Wisconsin right now. That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to get I've got my beacon glue because I'm gluing it on top of a gel print that has this tool, and I don't want it to pop off. So don't you be popping off now. No talking back. Yeah, I'll bring Woburn with me when I move. Yeah, we'll just caravan up there. Yeah, Amanda says it's like 32 degrees for you, Celsius. Okay, I think I want to put it right about there. Okay, we'll glue that down. You're going to move to Upper Alaska? I don't think you want to be in Upper Alaska during winter, Robin. I've been to Alaska 3 times through a cruise, and we always went, I take that back, 2 times we went May, June, and then the 3rd time we went was in August, and it was absolutely gorgeous in August. And we got to go this last time that we went back in 21, 22, I don't remember now. We went to a little restaurant that's right near the pier in Skagway, and I got to talking to the bartender. We sat at the bar even though we had lunch because they didn't have lunch tables available, and they said, do you mind sitting at the bar? And we were like, sure. Well, we got to sit and talk to the bartender who lived during the winter in Seattle, and then during the summer he would move to Alaska and work the summertime there. He says, you don't want to live up here during the winter, it's too cold. I know, it's only June. Summer hasn't started yet. I know, man. That's driving me crazy. And it's too expensive in Alaska. Alaska, they do, once you've lived there, I can't remember how long you have to live there. I don't remember if it's like 5 years, but they get a, what is it called? A stipend that when you live there because of oil, I think it is. Yeah, that's the scary part. It's not even hot. See, it's already 91 degrees. My room says it's 86 degrees. I think that's too hot. I'm going to go check my thermostat. I'll be right back. It's getting hot in here. Actually, my air conditioner hasn't kicked on. I think that's what I need to do is turn the fan on. My room, because of where it's situated, gets warmer than the other places in the house. And so right now it says it's 85 degrees in here, 41% humidity. And I was like, that's not right. So I looked at the thermostat and it says 73, which is really good. But the problem is I have the thermostat set to turn on at 75 degrees. Well, that means the fan doesn't run to circulate the air and it gets hot in here. All right, so there's that piece. Now, I think I might want to, should I put some rhinestones? I've got some rhinestones here. All right, so what if I've got these black rhinestones that I've already cut apart. I want to see something. Come here. Come out of there. So I wonder, you don't really see them. Can you see those? I wonder if that would look okay if I were to put the black rhinestones. I've got some silver ones that I could cut, but I didn't want the silver to clash with the gold. What do you think? Should I put the black around that little piece right there? I kind of like that. Let me see what else I have in my rhinestone stash. Let's see here. These are some more. I'm kind of looking. I've got some pearls. I've got some little pearls. Maybe we'll use those. I don't know. What else do I have here? Oh, I've got some more pearls. All right now. And then these are, well, these are strips too, but they're silver. But I've got some pearls here. It still twinkles. Yeah, I think maybe that's what I'll do is I've got these turquoise ones. And I have this really big. Maybe I'll mix them. Because I've got these really big ones that I haven't used in forever. So maybe if I did something like that. What do you think? I need your feedback, y'all. All right, I think I'm going to cut the black off of here. So, actually, I don't even have to cut it. I can just, well, yeah, I do want to cut it. All right, let's go like this. Come on. See what I'm doing. Okay. 91 degrees outside. That's hot. All right. So I think what I'm going to do first is I want one to go this way. And I think I'm going to cut it. All right, let's look at this better. Okay. All right. Now let's peel this off. Other than advertise. Oh, there it goes. You have to start it, Amanda. If you're talking about Junkie Joe doing the boss fights and the FFA, you have to start it. It doesn't automatically come on his own. You have to go in and tell him, get to work, man. There you go. All right, so now I'm going to go this way. All right, and I think I want to come down there. Come here. Get a hold of that. All right, so then we'll peel this one off. All right, we got the boss fight going. Margie's trying the FFA. It may not, I don't know how long ago the FFA has happened. All right, so let's do here. Okay. There we go. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put some glue on the back of these. Where is it? There we go. I'm going to use the Best Glue Ever. I don't even know if she's still in business, but I'm going to put a little bit on the back side of these. These were some, little glittery dots, rhinestones, but they fell off the backer because the adhesion was not very good. So I'm just going to put the glue on there over to the side. I'm going to do a couple more. And then that way when I'm ready to use them, they'll be sticky and they'll stick down. So I got to make sure I don't let anything fall in there. What? Winning fake money. Woo! Woo! Which is funny, Margie, because Henry and I, we like to go to the casino for entertainment, and we budget for that entertainment, how much we are willing to lose to go to the casino. I don't know what fell on the floor. Oh, that was this. But at the same time, we also don't like cigarette smoke. So we only go to a couple of the casinos that have a non-smoking area. And when you don't have any money, you can't really go. So we found, because of another friend of mine, Angela, she had told me about these online casino games that were free to download and play. You can purchase fake coins that you don't win real money with. It's all fake. But we'll play it every once in a while, and we'll be sitting next to each other, and I'll be like, oh, I just won 1 billion coins. And Henry's like, well, I'm up to like 1 point, I don't know, 100 and, what did he say this weekend? 129 billion. And he was like, I'm up to 140 billion. I was like, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Your lucky day. All right, let's go here and let's cut it right about there. Okay. And then we'll put this right across here. Did I miss the corner? Oh, I need to cut. Oh, I just saw. I didn't get it over far enough. I was trying to put it in between, and I should have been trying to put it across. But guess what? I had a piece left over here. Oh, it stuck to my finger. that I think I can get away with putting there. Come on. There we go. Stick that back onto the backer sheet. There we go. All right. Okay, that looks better, doesn't it? You can kind of see the sparkle around there. I even put a couple right here at the bottom. So we have that all the way around, and we still see the fabric coming out of there. All right, so then I went ahead and I put glue on a couple of these so that when I stick them down, they won't move around too much. So I'm thinking one right here, and then maybe one, I don't know if I should put it here. I don't know, let's put this one here first. Let's see how that looks. I'll stick that down. So what do you think? Is one enough up here, or should I put another one? Here's one without any glue on it, so I can set it. Should we put one down here? I'm kind of thinking that. So I'm going to put one with glue down here. You love it? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So anyhow, Henry and I will sit and play our casino games, so to speak. And sometimes we'll even, we can cast from our iPads and I think we can do it from our cell phones, but I know we do it from our iPads to the television. And so if one of us is really kind of winning, we'll cast it up there and we'll turn up the volume and we're like, oh, go, go, go. I know, it's completely silly. Okay, I like that. Does that look good? I think that's pretty cool. All right, so let's slide these over here. So in here, I made a little journal card to fit in here. I think we should stamp on the back of here. So let me move my rhinestones out of the way. So I'm just kind of, I've got a little box over here that I'm going to set everything in. That way, if I need it again, I can just get it out. And set these over there. Okay, so let's stamp on the back side of this. So should we do, I've got the peacock feather here somewhere. It's laying here somewhere. I'll find it. Give me a moment. There it is. I got the peacock feather, or I have the henna rose, and I think we could stamp it in black on the back side. I could probably even kind of stamp the feather and maybe do the henna rose across the other corner. Let me put some things. Oh, that's not where this goes. This goes like that. This goes like this. There we go. My drawer that I keep my embossing in is like Tetris. You have to put it in a certain way or the drawer doesn't open and close. It may close, but you may never get it open again because something will get wedged. Oh, dear. Okay, so now, just by turning the fan, the circulate air in my house, the temperature in my room has already gone down by 6 degrees. You're saving yours for a McMansion? Funny. Okay, so I don't know which one I want to do. Let's see. If I were to put that across one corner, and then I'm not on a flat surface, so it didn't. And then do I want to do something like that? I'm thinking maybe just the peacock feather. So let's go ahead and do just the peacock feather. Maybe coming from the corner. And do we want to go down this way maybe? And then maybe we'll just kind of do it across this way. I think that looks good, doesn't it? You're back! Julie ran away but came back. Okay, I like that. What else could we put? What else does this need? I think with all the other, this is so light colored. I have some purple cardstock. So I could cut this shorter and make that look like a flat tag. I think that's what I'll do. So let's cut this a little bit shorter. So let me find my paper trimmer here. All right, let's look at this. So I need to cut off maybe about that much. Oh, I hope I turn this around. So I'm thinking I just want a little bit taken off so this is a little bit taller when it's in the pocket. And hopefully that's enough. I should have marked it, but it should. Oh yeah, now it fits. Okay, cool. All right, so this will go back in here. And let me get my gift card that I use for cutting the corners. And I think that'll be a good sized corner. Deny, no one. Hercules was mean, huh? Hercules is doing okay. He had, did I say 9 teeth last week? 7 or 9 teeth? I can't remember. 7? It was 7 teeth. 7 teeth removed 2 weeks ago now. Almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And he's doing all right. He's just sleeping. He's sound asleep behind me right now. And Oreo's in the other room sleeping. Oreo got up earlier before I started my live stream, and he was barking. So I said, you're barking, you go outside. So I took him outside. He came back in, and then he likes to rub on the sofa. And he'll rub and rub and rub. And then he started barking. I said, what are you barking about? So I talked to him for a little bit, and then finally he went and laid down, and he was done. Does he bark with a lisp because of lap? No, he has all the friends in the front. He has all of these, so his tongue doesn't hang out. Of course, he's getting, he's up there in years. He'll be 15 in August. So what is that? 7 times 15? How old is that? I'm not doing math at the moment. I'm trying to concentrate. Okay, I think that would look good. So that kind of give us, now maybe we need one more something a little bit shorter in there. Ooh, I just saw this. I had this teal card. I think that works. Just kind of giving us a little bit more color. Now, if I wanted, I could do one more behind this peacock piece. What do you think? Should we do one more layer? I have another little tag here, but I didn't want to cover that up. Okay, I'm going to save that one. I think I want one piece that's smaller. So let's look in my blue. Let's see what I've got in here. Nope, that's not big enough. I may not have any more cardstock pieces. This might be a good size to put behind there. And it's a different shade of blue. It's text weight paper, but I think it would be okay. We're just wanting little pieces to write upon. Here's another piece. So let's see if any of those will work. So my thought was I want it just a little bit taller, and I'm kind of thinking maybe that one, and I could trim this piece to fit. Let's trim this piece. I am going to trim it. Let's just accordion fold it and then trim it. So I'm going to accordion fold this back. There. And then I'll just trim this little sliver off. You'd be lisping at 105. 105, that's old. Yeah, I don't want to cover up that pretty stationery piece. I agree. I'm just going to put a little piece in here. Let's see how this looks. I think I just cut it apart. That's okay. All right, let's see what happens. All right, I've got this piece, this piece. I still may go ahead and put this piece in there. Oh, I can't. I may have to shorten it from left to right. But let's see. If I put that down, yeah, let's shorten this. Okay. Get my paper trimmer back out again. So I'm going to shorten this just a smidge. Because I want it to be just a little bit wider than the peacock piece, but not by much. Okay. Now, let's see how this looks if I were to stick this, if I can. And then I can kind of pull this one up. But I'm also thinking that maybe what I'll do is just trim this one off. So this is the fold. So I'm going to trim this side off. Don't cover up anything pretty. All right, ladies. All right, let's come right about here. Making tiny, tiny scraps that I'm going to throw away. Okay. Now, if we put this in here, there we go. How's that? Gives us some nice layers there. Your fingertips are cold, Julie? Well, you can come here and get warmed up in a quick hurry. Okay. Now, do I want... let's look at some words that I have here. There is beauty in simplicity. Now I'm thinking that I want a piece to go behind that. Oh, is that big enough? No. But if I did a different sentiment, how about expect great things? You know that fits on there better. And I can use that blue to give a nice backdrop. Hey, Naomi! Hello, lady! How are you? Well, I hope you have an amazing day at work, and thank you for stopping in. It's so good to see you in the chat. All right, so I'm going to add some distress inks to this little blue scrap. Okay, I lost. I hope it's not stuck to something. Oh my goodness. I had some rhinestones up here that I had set aside and they're gone. I didn't use both of them. I know I did more than two. So we'll find them randomly stuck somewhere. All right, so let's put these together. Kind of centering that. And then we'll put that right here in the middle. I think that'll look good. Kind of giving this a nice layered effect. Get my... They'll show up eventually. Exactly. I'll be like, oh, that's where that went. I finally opened my other bottle of Beacon glue that I had here because I got tired of fighting the other glue bottle. All right, let's put that right in the center. I didn't put any distress inks on that blue piece, but I think it's okay. So we've got a few layers here. I'm going to pop this up just a smidge, just so we see a little bit there. Okay, that looks good. All right, so let's look at this. Is it stuck on the back side? I don't see it. All right, we'll put this. I should be able to slide this in here without any issue. Like so. So that's stuck in there. And I don't think anything else needs to be added to this portion. I'm going to take the paper clips off because I'm sure that's all adhered down well. And I think I showed y'all the feather idea that Jennifer had suggested I make, and I didn't make it according to what she wanted, but I think it turned out pretty cute, and I had added some gold embossing to the inside of it. Well, there are some over here on my left, but these are a different set of rhinestones. There's ones that I put adhesive on, and now they're missing, so they got stuck onto something. Oh, well. And this one has little rhinestones that I put here and here. I put some rhinestones there. I don't think these need anything. I put rhinestones here. I didn't put anything on the back side. This is pretty thick as it is. And then this piece, I'd already decorated those pages, or the little cards. And I've got the feathers that stick out. And, oh, here's what I haven't done. I haven't decided if we should put this little piece of fabric on the tab of my file folder. What do you think? Should we put that on there? This opens up, and these were paint chips that I added some stamped images. These were watercolored, and then these were stamped on different colors of paper. And so here it is without that little tab, and here it is with the little tab. What do you think? Should I glue that down? I'm going to get a drink here. Margie says it needs cheesecloth. You're waiting for frozen gluten-free bread to toast. It's like watching wet paint dry. Thank you, Norella. Thank you. Julie, that just doesn't sound very appetizing. Frozen, gluten-free. But I get it. Some of us have dietary restrictions. I refuse to follow any. I'm kind of thinking that I want to put this on here. I keep talking about it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. So I'm going to see if I can get this somewhat straight. There's a wire in it, so I'm taking the wire out. You found something that actually tastes good? Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you found something that tastes good. From Aldi. Okay, cool. We have that store here. Our Aldi has, I don't go there very often, but it has an eclectic collection of things. You eat what you want, and all you want is ice cream. Uh-oh. Well, you got to be careful about that. Because, you know, you don't want to put yourself in a diabetic coma, so to speak, for eating too much sugar. We find, Margie, that we like to get ice cream cones that are individually wrapped, or ice cream bars that are individually wrapped. Because that way it's a controlled portion that you eat. And you're not scooping it out of a carton, and you keep scooping and scooping and scooping, and then all of a sudden your carton's empty and your bowl is mounded. Okay, I think I like that. So let's put this back in here. And then this was a piece of mulberry paper that I folded and wrapped with some wired ribbon that I had. Control? What the heck is that? I didn't put anything on the back of there. I'm kind of thinking that it's okay to have something somewhat plain. And then this was kind of an elastic ribbon that is in here. I think those look good. All right, so we're going to flip this back over. And then this is going to come back on the other side. I got to make sure that I put this guy in far enough that he doesn't get his feathers wrinkled. You know, it's different than his feathers ruffled. We don't want them wrinkled. All right, let's tie this up like so. So we got a pretty little bow. All right. All right, that looks good. So then we flip this over. I think I can take that out. And I think this one has enough decoration on it. I don't know that I need to really add anything else to it. This is in the wrong spot though, so I'm going to put it back up here. I think that's what I want to do because I made a short pocket there, and then there's a little journal card there. There's a couple of little journal cards in here. I think I want this in front of that guy. There we go. This journal is just one of my subscription boxes from the Royal Peacock that has just the pages in it. And it goes, let's go up here, in this pocket. All right, let's make sure I can get it in the pocket now. There we go. All right, so then it sticks out the top so we can get to it. And we have these pieces. I want that behind. Okay, over here, I don't have any rhinestones on here. I've got the glitter around here. We could put a rhinestone in the center of the peacock eye. I think that's what I want to do. I've got a smaller set here, so I'm going to cut one of those free and pop that off. If I can get a hold of it. Okay. Come on. Well, let's put that right here. So it kind of gives us a nice little sparkle. I think that adds, we had some sparkle with embossing powder. It was an emerald green glitter behind there. This is a little envelope. You know, there's nothing inside this envelope, so maybe I should get a journal card or something. I've got a piece of purple paper. Piece of purple paper. Say that fast. Piece of purple paper. If I fold it in half, it will be not as wide. I think what I'll do is trim this down just a little bit. The envelope was made by a friend of mine named Phoebe. She loves to quilt. She does a lot of quilting. And she made these and gave them to us at one of my events when I was doing the Royal Peacock Journal. All right, so I want to make sure it's smaller. Okay. And then I think I need to, it's kind of wonky here. I don't think I can straighten it out. Let's try. Kind of refolded it a little bit. Okay, now how deep is that? So let's go this way. And let's make sure it'll fit. And let's see if I can get that to fit. Okay, that fits inside. So let's add some distress inks to it, maybe stamp on it. Bye, Naomi. Thanks for stopping by. Should I round the corners? I think so. All right, let's go here. Like that. Ooh, the temperature's dropped again. It's 78 now. It's still hot in here, though. I may need to go get a hair doodad. Now let's add some distress inks to the edges of this purple card. Okay, go around this way. You get a McMatchin with a pool. Oh my goodness. No wrinkled feathers. Okay, let's put this up there. Let's get rid of this. This over here. I'm thinking I should stamp across the corner maybe. Now, should we stamp? I'll just do it with black ink. I just want a little bit. Just kind of do it where it's kind of sticking out. And then we'll do it on the opposite corner on the back. So both of them have a little bit. And then that can go back in here. And then this can go right there. Okay. Well, let's open this up. This has a piece of fabric with a magnet in between, and then this flips over. And so in here, we have a journal card. That's a purchased card. And then this was a piece of wallpaper that I put the little tool on top and a digital image with embossing powder. And we stamped that on the inside. So that looks pretty good. Okay. And I want this to kind of stick up so you see it. And then over here we have an envelope. We decorated this portion. And right now all that's in here are some printed cards. This is from the Royal Peacock kit. And then this is a card that I had from the website that I get all my t-shirt printed stuff. I think this one is good to go the way that it is. I don't think it needs any other embellishment. All right, so then let's flip this to the back side. Yeah. So this is the one we made last week, and it has a pocket here on the front. This is from the Royal Peacock kit, and I don't think I need to put anything on there. I'll put this here. And then this was something that Jennifer gave me, as well as this little element that she gave me. So this has a little pocket in here. It's a little journal card. And then this is like a little napkin wrapped over some paper. And then it's a little booklet. And then there's a pocket here, which is empty. I don't know that I need to put anything in it. But there's also a pocket right here. So we have some hidden space that we can use. And then this goes in here. I could put a rhinestone on here. So let's see how that looks. If I were to put a little, whoopsie, it slid right off. Maybe a little rhinestone on there. What do you think? Something like that? Yeah, a lot of it is from Norella, and then some of it is from friends, and then some of it is from that website that I get my t-shirt designs. All right, so I'm going to put some of the best glue ever. I wish I would have known where that rhinestone went. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. All right, I gotta put my glue back together. All right. Oh, I stuck it to my finger. That figures. All right, let's put it right here in the middle. All right, let's kind of press that down like so. Yes, shiny! Okay, that looks good. All right, so this guy is complete. The next step for it will be making a cover. And I'm trying to decide. See, this part sticks out so high. Oh, wait, we're not finished. We got to open it up. I'm trying not to touch the rhinestone I just glued down. So we open this over. Oh, wait. I guess I should pull this out first so you can see it. So last week, I put this together. This was some packaging, and it had these on here, and I added this piece, and the heart. I did not punch the hole and add fibers to it, so we should probably do that. Here I have some fibers coming out the top of this piece, and I think we ended up stitching it, and my sewing machine was giving me fits, so I didn't do anything special there, really. This was another printed card that had some glitter on it. And here's the envelope that it came with. I guess that's American Greetings. Yep. So that went in here. And then this was a notepad that my mother-in-law gave me from St. Jude. And I decided to kind of cover up the St. Jude, but not permanently. And I made this altered paper clip. Just trying to open it back up. And it slides over the top. And that's as far down as it goes, so it kind of sticks out. And then I added the rhinestones on both sides. This has got some stamping and some feathers. So that can go back here. So we got a nice little layered effect. So I need to punch the hole here and then find some fibers or something to put through the hole, right? Okay. I've got my sewing machine. I'm going to turn it on. You know, I haven't used it since last week, so I should probably do a couple things. We're going to get the sewing lamb as soon as we find some fibers. And I'm going to stitch real fast to make sure my sewing machine works. Where's the pedal? Well, it's still having issues. Let's see. Maybe it was the way I had it. No, that works. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stitch. Let's see if that helps. Okay, so let's get my bundle of fabric and whatnot. Got some fabric here. I've got this little piece. And I have this little piece. And what else do I have in here? I have a little bit of some yarn, it looks like. Some eyelash trim. Now if I can just find the end. Here we go. So what if I were to put a couple pieces of that in here? Let's get my fabric scissors. Get a couple of pieces. Now, do we want some of that gold in there, maybe? I need a stable with horses. You always wanted a pool with a waterfall. One of my friends has one, Robin. In fact, they invited us, and we're going to go over there on Saturday, and we're going to have hot dogs and hamburgers, and we're going to sit in their pool and relax. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Connie, welcome. You'd open a cat sanctuary. Cool, Robin. I saw where someone had built a cat sanctuary outside their house. So they had this huge pen, if you will, that they built on the back of their house. Part of it had concrete and part of it was grass, so the cats could actually get on the grass if they wanted to. And then all around the edge of it, they had like a shelf that the cats could walk on like a run, and with little tunnels. And then they had all kinds of cat trees and toys for them to get on. It was really cool looking. All right, so I think what I want to do is get a little bit of that gold. So I'm going to cut a little piece of this. There. All right, let's put that back in here. And because this gold stuff is kind of fragile, I'm going to sandwich it. So it's here. And then we've got these pieces. Okay, now I got to get my little piece of wax linen thread. You can also use dental floss if you don't have wax linen thread. All right, so I'm going to pull this through. Come on, go through the hole. Okay. Oh, I need to turn this. I just saw that I'm pulling it through. Come on. All right, so I need to make sure that half of this stays on one side while the other half goes through on the other side. So I'm going to hang on to half of this and pull it through. Come on. Okay. Kind of pulling that through. Got to make sure that some of the fibers stay on this side. Okay. Get rid of my thread and adjust, adjust, adjust. Okay. Now we're going to go to the sewing machine and I'm just going to stitch across here. All right. Cat house on the Kings. Oh, is that where it was? Is that I don't know. I just saw a picture. Thousands of cats, and she counts them every day. I bet she will make sure she doesn't lose any of them. Cats are king. I gotcha. I'll have to check that out. I just saw a quick video about it, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and raise my needle. I gotta move this over just a little bit so I can get it in here. Okay, and I'm just going to stitch across here. All right, that should be good. Get my fabric thread cutting scissors. Sometimes if my machine is having fits, I will stitch upon a scrap of fabric, and then that way, I don't know why, but the thread cooperates better, so I try to leave that near the machine so I have it for next time. Okay. Oh, I dropped stuff. You go back in there where you belong. This is going to go here. Let's go back to the main. Did it lock up again? Okay. All right, so there we go. So that has a little bit going off the top of there. I think that looks pretty cute. And then on the back side, I didn't do anything on this one. Should we stamp it too? Probably a good idea. Get my little scrap of paper here. Let's do the feather. Just inking that up, and we'll just kind of put one right there, and then maybe another one at the bottom. Okay. Word by meow, so to speak. Cats, they just know. There we go. So now this piece is ready to go back into here in this little pocket. Come on now, slide down in there. All right, and then this opens up, and I didn't add anything to these pieces. I just kind of stuck them in here. These are text weight, and this is not text weight. I think what I could do is if I cut that off and then adhered it to that blue, that would look okay. Let's look at this one. And I could probably, this one's got a little bit of a messed up spot, but I could probably get away with cutting this one off and adding it on here. What do you think? Let's decorate these. What did she say? Too late? I missed it. What? Oh, you missed the boss fight. Oopsie, don't miss the boss fight. All right, let's set this over here for a moment. And I think what we'll do is I'll cut this part off, and then maybe we should do another layer. This is cardstock weight, but it's a thin cardstock. So maybe I'll find another piece of paper I could put with it. I've got this paler purple. I don't know if I want to do it that way and cut this to be a little bit shorter, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll look to see if I've got this piece of bluish purple. If I were to put that on top, and then this on top of that, that might work with all those different layers on there. I think so. Okay, let's slide that aside. Let's get my paper trimmer here. Hey, Raven! I see you there. Yes, keep the bits. Layers, all the layers. All right, so let's take, these are from Norella. They're her spring, I think it's spring peacock bookmarks. So I'm just going to cut this a little bit shorter. So now this piece can go on here. And maybe we'll use the, do we want to put a gold line down here? Or do we want to stamp that with different images? I'm going to set that aside for a second while I want to trim off this piece here. I want it just a little bit wider than the strip. So I'm going to kind of slide this over, probably right about there. I'm going to make it a little bit wider. Actually, I changed my mind. What I'm going to do first is I want to trim this blank space there. There. So I'm just cutting off where there's no paint right here. This was a gel print. Are those stickers on the table? No, this is Norella's images from Calico Collage. And then this is a printed image that I got from a website where I get all my t-shirt designs. All right, so I'm going to put this back on here and make it just a little bit wider. I think that'll work. Okay. Now, the key here is this piece needs to be shorter than this piece. So I think I'm going to work on this piece by cutting it off. All right, so if I line this up, I want it just a little bit shorter. Let's make it, do we want it half an inch shorter? Let's see how that looks. I think that's about right. So if this goes here, I could put it right dead center, or I could put it to one side, but then that leaves that blank. So I'm going to put it dead center, and then I'm going to take this piece, and let's do it dead center as well. So I want it about half an inch shorter. Let's see if that works. Is that what I want? Yeah. So then this piece goes on here. This piece would go on here. And then this piece, what I'm going to do is trim it. So I'm just kind of position it in the middle. And we'll cut off a little bit on the top and the bottom to make it fit. Does that make sense? So I don't want to go any shorter than that on the top. So I'm going to line this up with the top and cut it. Come up just a smidge. So I still left the top of the peacock there. So now if I look at this, and I want to cut this off right about there. All right, so then this piece can go on top of this. Fun June at checkout to save 40% off at Calico Collage. Norella, share a link to your Calico Collage. Okay, I like that. You like that? The lots of layers. And I have a piece left over. So I'm going to put it back in my bin. Okay. Get rid of the paper trimmer. All right. Let's add, we need to add some stuff. I think I need a stamp on this one. The question is, do we stamp in gold or do we stamp in black? And then I want to do some distress inks around the edges of them. I think I can get away with doing the distress inks on these two pieces. So I'll do those first real fast. All right, we got that piece. And we'll do the top and the bottom of this one. I think this one I can go ahead and add some distress inks to. Gold! Yes, gold! Okay, we're going to do gold. All right. And this one I don't think I need to do anything but distress ink on the top and bottom edges. All right, so that's good. All right, so then we're going to stamp, and I think this one needs some gold as well. I will use the henna rose. So I'm going to get my gold embossing powder and my Versamark ink pad. Oh, should I do the gold glitter? Or just the gold? I got the gold out, but I think I'm going to do the gold glitter. Gold wins! All right, let's put this over here. All right, gold. All right, we're going to do the top and the bottom. So I'm going to just stamp across here. Turn it around. Stamp here. And then we're going to stamp down the sides. I'm going to kind of overlap those a little bit. Oh, that's the lid. Okay. And do this way. And then this one. Okay. Okay. I think that'll look good. Let's undo it. Well, I guess that Julie has had enough of sacrificing herself to the Hercules boss. Oh dear. Gold and peacock perfection. I'll let that emboss while I get a drink. I made a coffee latte this morning and I only have like one drink left. All gone. It is. It's a Glad type container or something. I don't know. It may be that brand, but yes. I've had it for years. Well, I think, of course, you don't get them where you are, but we have like the Dollar Tree here in the United States has these types of containers. The last time I bought some, I think they had a yellow lid. And then I thought I saw some more later that were blue again. You could be glad if you were full of gold embossing powder too. Yes, that's very true, Margie. Very, very true. Oh dear. I'm just trying to get this embossing powder to set up. Good job, Margie. Hey, do me a favor. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and then when the video is over, come back and leave a comment. Whether it be what you had for dinner or what you liked about the live stream, whatever it may be, comment on somebody else's comment and get a conversation going. Help me out a little bit just by sharing a little bit of your thoughts about this video. Okay, so let's look at this now. So now if we put this on here, like that gold, and then we'll put this in the center, and then we'll put this on top of that. What do you think? Does that look pretty good? I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should gold rim this piece. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, so let's get my gold, or my glue pen. I got my glue pen. So we'll go down this edge. Oops, what do I have under there? Something was... Oh, I found my rhinestone! I found the rhinestone! I was like, why is that lumpy? I'm trying to get it out of the way. Okay, there it goes. Oh, here's another one. Okay, I'll put those up there. I found them! Alright, so we got the top. Now let's do the bottom. Okay, close this up. Is there another one? No. Okay, got that one. Alright, now let's gold emboss that. Yeah, they would show up. They just wanted to stick. See you later. Have a good evening. Yay! Thanks for coming by, Norella. Give me a call. Love to chat with you sometime this week if you have a chance. I'll send you a message. Hey! I'm nagging you. You don't ever talk to me no more. All right. I've only gotten through one of these. We may have to move on. Maybe next week I will... Do you want me to go ahead and make the insert journal that's going to have the writing pages, or do you want me to make the covers for the elements that we did today? Let me know what you think we should do. Look at all the love Norella's getting. Well, you're a miss when you're not here, lady. Do. Okay, I think I got that embossed. So let's do the sides now. Norella's not going Robin's not going anywhere. She's still here. All right. And I get to have lunch with Jennifer and Robin this week. I'm looking forward to it. To a chat. I just hope we're not busy Friday. I haven't told Henry yet. He might be listening. He may be too busy today, so he may not be listening. Okay, so we did the sides, and now we're going to heat those up. Just as your journal, so you get to make the decisions. Well, I meant, when do you want to see it? That's yes, it is my journal, and I'm going to do what I bloody want. But what I'm trying to get at is, do you want to see my process of making the covers for these elements that I'm working on today, next week? Or do you want me to start working on the journal insert and then make all three covers basically at the same time? I haven't decided yet if I want each of those covers to be different, completely different maybe, all within the same theme, or if I want to work out a way that maybe I use some of the same fabric that's going to cover the chipboard for each journal. Yes, yes, and yes. Uh-oh, whoopsie. I bumped it. There it goes. Yes, yes, and yes, please. Black. Oh, you lost again. Ooh! Okay, I like that. Oreo's barking. I don't know if that means Henry's home. Okay, I like that better, don't you? Oh, let me do something. Come on. All right, it was stuttering. Okay, good. Mean guy. All right, we got that one. So then, let's go ahead and glue this one together after I add some distressings around the edge of this piece. I like the way that glitter looks on that purple. Okay. Oh, you're not home? Okay, well, Oreo was barking like you were home. He can hear, he's got really good hearing, and he can hear when Henry comes in the door. He'll hear the door open if he's not asleep. It may take him a moment if he's asleep. And then sometimes he barks just because it's that time of day. When he's with Henry at the shop, he wants to go out at 5 o'clock. Well, it's 5:30, and so he didn't get to go out. All right, this is kind of a gel print, so I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac, glue this together. Henry's on the phone. He's not home. Or, I mean, he's not at home. He's not on the phone. He's on. Henry's. Everybody says hi to Henry. Did it get cooler at the shop? There's a bunch of wild women. Wild women. Okay. Smooth that out. Okay. Get some other glue. Ro and I are borrowing Linda on Friday. Robin. Well, thankfully, we're going to be close, so we're just going to go down to Bad Brad's, which is a barbecue place that's a local place in Yukon, Oklahoma. Okay, smooth that out. And then we'll put this right in the middle. So now this card that was a wimpy piece of paper is super sturdy. I think this will look really pretty. I'll flip it over and rub it from the back. How's that? Nice and sparkly. Does that look good? Another thing I could do, and I might after the live, is I've got my Tulip Dimensional Glitter Paint, and I can go in here and add. I can start it. I'll just have to set it aside so it dries. I've got my glitter paint. Let me get a paintbrush. Let's see what I want. Maybe this one. Getting a small paintbrush. I'm going to put a little bit on here. Kind of add it, and then I'm going to use my paintbrush to spread that around. So this will glitter. Put a little bit right there. It's dimensional, so it will have a little bit of texture to it. Just kind of adding it. I'm tilting it back and forth so I can see it. I don't know if y'all can see. You probably see the shiny of the paint portion, but then that'll have glitter all over it. Let's clean that brush. All right, so this one, oh, I just stuck my finger in it, but it won't take very long to dry. All right, so let's look at this one. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe what we should do is make a gold bar coming down this side and then just emboss that and then leave the rest the blue. So I'm going to get the embossing powder back out again. And my little scrap of paper. So I want to kind of do a wide swath here. So maybe what I'll do, let me get I've got my clear ruler. So maybe about that much. So I'm going to take the glue pen and go right next to the ruler and then go beside it. Okay. And then I'm going to wipe off the ruler edge so it doesn't stick to my next project. Okay. Now I can take this piece and dip it into the embossing powder. And now we've got this nice gold edge on here. So we'll close this up. Get my little tweezers. There they are. Get this out of the way. And let's emboss this. So we're doing a lot of embossing today. And if this didn't get a good coverage, after I emboss it, I can come back in with some more of that glue and dip it again in the powder if it so needs it. You think it might be a way to get you else to use your pearl drops? You get them out? Oh, cool. It doesn't come, works on your glimmer spray so it doesn't come off. Well, good. This journal needs the embossing. Yes, it has to have all the embossing. Needs all the glam. Well, it's back up to 84 degrees in my room again. I think that looks okay. It's okay if it's not perfect, but if we need to, let's see how this looks when I put this piece beside it. I'll kind of center it. I think that looks pretty good, doesn't it? There might be a couple of holes in it, but I think it'll be okay. I think that looks good, doesn't it? Who needs glitter tape when you can do that? Exactly. Just get your ruler out. Use your glue pen. All right, I'm going to add some distress inks here. It adds quite a bit of texture. The glitter embossing powder doesn't go super smooth, so it's, and because of the glitter, it's jagged feeling. So here's your ASMR. All right, let's glue this down. You get glitter everywhere. Glitter is the herpes of crafting. Once you have glitter, you can never get rid of it. I'm contributing to the plastic pollution of our planet. All right, so I'm trying to get this in the center. All right, how's that? Oh, I'm out of frame. Sorry about that. We're in frame now. That looks pretty. All right, let's go back over here. So we can put this piece right there. And then we'll put this piece over here. I have this piece that's just a piece of cardstock that doesn't have anything on it. And man, do I want to add the gold glitter to that edge? I'm kind of thinking I do, just because. Might as well. Let's just go all out. All right. Open this back up. I'm going to use this glitter up. I mean, I still have quite a bit. I'm tapping it all into 1/4, but I have quite a bit in there. So I'm just going to, let's do the long edges first. Okay, flip it around. You already had the glitter. It doesn't contribute to the glitter pollution anymore. Then throwing away, just use it. I mean, I've had it since probably the 90s, some of this embossing powder. Okay, so I got that one. So let's do this one while we're at it. Flip it around. I think that one went crooked, but that's okay. All right, let's heat this up. If I don't use glitter, other people will. Exactly! It wasn't a problem back then, so it's not a problem now. I like your thinking. I'm not contributing. I am using it. Because otherwise it would have been thrown away, right? There's glitter everywhere, all over my desk. Oh my goodness. We're using it, not throwing it away. I'm upcycling it. It was originally used when I made greeting cards and sold them. And since I don't make cards to sell anymore, I've got to find another way to use it. Okay. Woo! Sparkles! Got to keep it moving so I don't scorch it. Okay, so that one is done. So now we can pick up this one and do it. Cupcake agrees. Is she in there meowing at you, ready for her treat? Cupcake is one of... Do you just have the one cat now, Margie? I think you just have the one. Cupcake is like, where's my treat, Mama? I saw a post that Robin said that her cat, Wally, isn't it Raleigh? He was so dramatic. I'm starving. The bowl is empty. I'm going to wither away. And the meme kind of says, you're not starving. You have fat rolls on your tail. Just the one. Okay. Now you have one named Timmy that he likes to. Cats are always so dramatic. So are dogs. Oreo is always dramatic. He starts barking and he's like, "Where's my food? I want it now. I'm dying." And he'll start really early. We feed him twice a day. And he starts early. "I need food." Oh, he'll moan and he'll get up and he'll kind of lay down. Harumph. Oh. And he'll just moan. Oh. Like he never gets to eat. Although today he didn't eat his breakfast. So if he is hungry later, then it's his own fault. He just needs to get up and eat what we have put out for him already. Every once in a while, Hercules will kind of, around dinner time. He's not a morning dog. Hercules likes to sleep. I will get up out of bed, come into the living room, and I usually sit down on our recliner, and Henry and I may talk a couple of minutes, or we're both reading our books, or whatever it may be, and it'll be like 9 o'clock before Hercules will get out of bed. Spoiled critters, exactly. Oh, they're beating the heck out of each other over a new toy. Hercules the other day was excited about a toy. It's an old toy, but he was like, "Oh, what's that?" And he played with it for, I don't know, a minute, maybe 2 minutes, and then he lay down. Like I said, he's getting older. The other day he was running around, getting all excited, hopping, and he snorts. He goes, and he'll run. He's funny. You're very lucky that Cuppy doesn't wake you up at all, but once she knows I'm up, it's all on. Gotcha. Oreo will wake Henry up. He'll wake me up too sometimes. When he's ready to eat, if he's sleeping on the bed with us, he doesn't try to get off the bed because he's blind. And so he'll get up and move around a couple of times. And then he'll either bark or whine. And so Henry will grab him and take him into the other room and put his food down. Take him outside, put his food down, and then he'll be fine. Sometimes, though, even after he eats, he'll come back to the bedroom and rub on the sofa that we have at the foot of our bed. And sometimes he'll even climb back up in bed. And sometimes he'll go rub himself on the sofa and he'll start barking. Like, "Okay, I have my food. I'm happy." Gotcha. So Julie says her mom always fed her pets after they finished eating. She said that they shows them they are the boss of the house, not them. Raja nips your hands to wake you up to feed him. It's like, hey lady, I'm hungry. Get up. Yeah, dinner time for the dogs is after we eat our dinner. It's later. Okay. Glitter! All right, let's put this away. I think I like how that turned out. Okay, let's rub this off. Y'all were still with me? I'm just removing some of the loose glitter. I think part of this isn't going to come off because it's stuck, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to put some distressings on the back side. On both of these. If there's a small hole in the food dish, it needs to be filled right now. Oh my goodness. because of Oreo, we never, what they call free feed, just put food out and just keep the bowl food, because Oreo would keep eating it, and he would make himself sick. In fact, one time he got into the dog food container and just kept eating and eating and eating. All right, I think something like that. I think that looks good. I haven't put anything across here. I don't know what I would put on there. I don't know if it should be a word or a sentiment, you know, or even just another little piece of paper. I've got a few little images left. Let's see if there's anything in here that kind of... I've got this little calico collage image that I printed. And here's another one. I could put those on there. Maybe back them with another piece of paper so they stick out a little better. Adulting has its perks. Having dessert, skipping dinner and having dessert. Okay, yeah, that's your prerogative. Be my guest. I've got a little scrap here. So let's see. If I were to back that with this blue, it's a different shade than this one, but I think it kind of makes it pop just a little bit. So let's cut these to fit. Get a piece of paper here. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this to where it's a straight edge. And let's see if I put this like here and this here. I should be able to get both of them out of that piece. So let's see how that looks. Do I want to go that far? Maybe a little less. I think right about there. All right, let's see what happens if I cut this in half. That may be too big, so I'm just going to set this on here. Yeah, that's too big, so I'm just going to move it to there. See how that looks. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll use that same mark right there. Don't move on me. Okay. There. Now, if we add some distress inks and then put these pieces down, that kind of breaks up that feather image, doesn't it? All right, let's add some distress inks to this. All right, well, I'm going to finish this page, and I don't know what I'll do next week. Next week, I'll start on the other half so that you can see any of the updates that I add to it. And then I may go ahead and design the covers. And again, I can't decide if I want them to be matched or if I want to make each one completely different. What should I do? I can't decide. All right, let's glue this together. I could add another layer of gold glitter. Should I add another layer? I kind of like the way that looks. Okay. This over here. maybe what I can do instead is if I make this a tuck spot, then I can put something that has glitter on it in the tuck spot. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay. Okay, I hope I got that the right direction. I think I did. Looks good without. All right. I think that looks good. All right. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't wait for that to dry, but I got lucky. It didn't seem to, well, it did get a little bit on here. I got some of it off. I forgot that it was still wet, and I stuck that in there. I'll leave it loose for a moment. It would be so gorgeous, glorious with all the layers. Thank you. You like all these layers? Layers upon layers. Kind of like my hair. My hair's layered. These are all different lengths. All right, let's have this right here in the corner. Let's see if that's, yeah, that's dry now. All right, let's put this back here. I think I'm going to put it like this. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, I think I'll find some pieces of paper. I don't know if I want to do purple or if I want to do teal. I'm kind of thinking purple. I could cut this into smaller pieces and make them go that way and then put a little bit of gold on the edges, maybe, like we did here. All right, so this piece is approximately, it's 4 inches. So if I cut it 2 inches and then put that this way, I think that would look pretty. Okay, I think we're back. I'm getting Junkie Joe started, and I saw just before it went kablooey. Yes, I have another journal that I can give away that Raven gave me. It looks like another file folder with wallpaper over it. So let me get Junkie Joe going again. We'll pick a winner for the 200 junk bucks, and we will start the raffle for this journal so we can get off here. I just realized what time it was. I'm just having a good old time working on all of this. All right, Junkie Joe is opening. Let's see. Come on, Junkie Joe. There we go. Yes, it wasn't just you. I just happened to look up, and I was like, oh, no. It's locked up. All right, so I opened the raffle. If you've already entered, you don't have to enter again. But those of you that are here, if you want to enter the raffle to win 200 junk bucks, go ahead and do so. And I'm going to move this to the side for a moment. And I'm going to emboss these pieces. And I think we're going to be done for the day, because that'll finish this this first journal piece. And then, like I said, I can't decide if next week what I want to do is finish the other one and then start on the covers. And that may be what I do, because that would make them go the next step, if you will. So I think I like that idea. Okay. Dip this and dip this. Set that there. I guess I got that one a little deeper than I thought. So I'm going to get a paintbrush and do something. Okay. kind of thinning that out just a little bit. Okay, so get my tweezers. All right, y'all pick. Just a moment while this is embossing. I need to get out. I have one of those little multi-arm clippy things so that I could set this in and then I could use one hand like this. All right, let's pick a winner of the 200 junk bucks. Hopefully Robin made it back. I don't see her in the chat, so let me check her. Okay, back. And see if she's back. Okay, she's here. Okay. So Robin's here. All right, we're going to pick a winner of 200 junk bucks. And that winner is, is Jennifer. Congratulations, Jennifer. You're going to win 200 junk bucks. We're going to add those to your account. And I need both hands. So I'm just kind of, I want to do it. No, I need my thing. All right, let's reset that and go here. Normally what I do is I type out and have it as a copy paste. Okay, one journal from Raven. All right, we're going to do a quick journal giveaway from Raven. It's one that she made and sent me a package of. So it has some different pages that she's used, coffee dyed paper, tea dyed paper, some book pages. She's added some little book pages from a cute little book that's about jonquil that looks like flowers, different types of flowers. She's got some ephemera that she's added. I like the little picture. It looks like a business card. It's got some coloring book pages. Got a little bit of everything in here. There's an envelope in the middle that has some loose ephemera in it. Oh, okay, Julie, I understand. I totally understand tight budgets. You've had hiccups 20 times today. Drink some more water, Margie. I mean, sit for like 5 minutes and drink some water and see if that doesn't help your hiccups. Because sometimes when we get dehydrated, our body tells us in different ways. Okay, I'm going to set this one down. I think I can heat more of it later. Okay. So we got more little pages. Like this one is from like a gardening book with some pretty flowers. You might, but then you would get heartburn. Yeah, that's not good if you're getting heartburn from water. You still need to drink some more water. Oh, look at the llama. Can you see the llama? That's cute. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, I like the, what are those called? Lily of the Valley, aren't they? The little bitty flowers. They're usually very fragrant. They don't grow very well down here, I think because it's too hot. I think they like a little bit cooler weather. They like sun, but they don't like the heat. And that's another thing, you know, if we move somewhere else, I'm kind of torn between, do I spend the time and do another garden that I have to, you know, maintain and take care of if we were to move somewhere else? Or do I move somewhere that I don't have to worry about the garden, but maybe because the neighborhood is pretty, or, you know, it's got a garden nearby, and that way I don't have to mess with it. These are the things you have to think about, right? You have an eyelid. I had one do that to me. That probably means you haven't been sleeping enough, so your nervous system is a little upset with you, and it's trying to tell you that you need to relax your eyeballs. At least that's what I was told when I said it was happening to me. Okay. All right, let's put the glitter away. Go to bed, Julie. And stress. Stress also has something to do with it. Quit getting so stressed out, Julie. All right, let's heat the sides up to this one and be going. I had to get some more water. High blood pressure is another thing which can deal because of stress. If your eyelid is twitching. Have you had your blood pressure checked, Julie? You might do that. True. I mean, I understand that. Jennifer says she gets twitchy eyes from lupus flares. It gets very annoying. Don't move! And Julie, it may be that you don't necessarily need to go to bed, but you need to check your blood pressure. You might go get that checked. But you need to rest your eyes. So I understand if you feel like it wastes your day, but if it's better for your health, it's not a waste. You haven't had high blood pressure since the man moved out? Okay, I get it. Oh, dear. I try not to let things bother me anymore. You know, I'm like, he's going to do what he does. The one thing that annoys me the most is if we're sitting there watching television and he starts to chew ice really loud. And I'm like, stop it! Because I hate that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I do not like that. Everything else, I'm like, whatever. I think that looks pretty good. All right. Put this up here. Put this away. I'm not going to put the distress ink on the backside at the moment, just for time's sake, so I can at least finish this page. All right, so this will go in here, and this will go over here, so that when I write on it or add anything to it, pictures, whatever I choose, it looks pretty good. And then this has got the Velcro, and that closes it off. So this is one piece right here. And I think I just want to make a sturdy cover. I don't know if I want the cover to go as tall as this journal card or just a little bit taller than my base page. I don't know. I can't decide that. Okay. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it looking so good? I mean, this is pretty awesome. I didn't have this attached to the magnet. There we go. And then we'll work on this one next week. I've already got it glued into place, so I can get rid of those pieces. And this one goes up here, so I can put that back in where it belongs. Got it all straight. And then this one goes in here. Tight, but it goes in there. And I think this one, did it go here? Uh-oh, I've forgotten where that one goes. Where did this one go? I don't remember where it went. It didn't go in this one, didn't go in that one, didn't go in this one, didn't go in that one. It has to be one of these. So there's a pocket there. And I don't think there's another pocket here. Well, now I'll have to go back and look at my videos. I wonder, is it this one? No, because this one loads this way. Huh. I do not remember. Was it supposed to go behind here and I didn't do it? Oh, and I need to finish this. So maybe I'll do something like that. Stick it in there. Okay, so anyhow, just slide it anywhere. No one will know the difference. All right, let's pick a winner of this journal. Let me get my little notepad ready so I can write the note that goes with it. All righty. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. Oh, what a mess. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's pick this winner. The winner is Margie. Congratulations, Margie. All right, Margie. I hope y'all have an amazing week. I hope you like some of the ideas that I shared today that inspires you to create. Get into your creative space and make something. Do something kind for somebody else. Maybe, hold the door, smile, wave at somebody that you never wave at. We have neighbors across the street. They're renters. And, of course, their first night here, they did not make very good impressions first week. And so I kind of ignored them. But every once in a while, I'll wave at them. And then they just kind of look at me. So, maybe one of these days they'll wave back. Well, I can just keep trying, right? Okay, I'm going to get off here. Y'all have an amazing night. I'll see you next week. We'll work on this half of the journal, seeing if I need to add any more embellishments to it. I think it's got a good amount on it. There's only maybe a couple of spots that I may want to add some things to. Thank you for your donations as well. I know, Margie, you donated. Thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart to me. I greatly appreciate y'all. What else? Leave me a comment in the description or the comment section down below when you get off of here. And thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Lots of love to everybody. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.